What's up, you guys? Welcome back to the YouTube channel. My name is Giselle and I'm an ultrasound technologist, aka sonographer, who lives out here in Las Vegas, and I love all things Disney. And today I have a video that hopefully you will find interesting and want to stick around and listen to, because we are going to talk about how much sonographers get paid, how much they actually get paid. And you will find some of these things kind of interesting, kind of exciting, kind of curious. I'm just kind of curious because there are some offers in here that people are accepting that are, I guess you could say, they shouldn't be accepting. We'll go into a conversation about that later. But if you guys are interested in how much sonographers, aka ultrasound technologists, make, you should stick around. Also, I did post a video back in the day, a few years ago, when I was on my little YouTube grind, about how much I made as a new grad sonographer. So you should go check that one out. That was a few years ago, and I did talk about how much I get paid as a new grad sonographer. So with that being said, I know you guys are curious, I know you're interested, so we're gonna go into how much sonographers actually get paid, and we're gonna actually use some information from real people out there, as well as information on a website that you can actually go look for yourself and see how much you could get paid in your area as a sonographer. So with all of that being said, don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe if you're new here, comment down below where you're listening from, and let's just get started. So to start this video, I'm going to talk a little bit about myself, and all these videos that I post about, they're kind of about me, but because I can only really truly speak upon myself, my experience, and all the things that I have seen, the things that I have researched. And you can do the same exact thing too by researching online, seeing your area, where they offer ultrasound opportunities, and how much they're offering out there, because wherever you look, they should be showing how much they offer you for a job. So I have been a sonographer for about 6 years now, and my pay differs out here because I do live in Las Vegas. So living in Las Vegas, it's a little bit different than, let's say, someone who's living in a small town, or someone who's living in New York City, or someone who's living in California, San Francisco, Sacramento, LA, places where cost of living is a little bit higher. So they have opportunities to get paid more out there. But for me personally, I have been here in Las Vegas, did my schooling out here. I know a lot of the places out here, a lot of the companies, and how much they are offering out here. And the scale is very different all around town and then all around the United States, right? So depending on where you live is going to be the most important thing to realize when you get paid as a sonographer. So being in Las Vegas, I have a few registries. I've got abdomen, I've got vascular, pediatrics, and just because I have a lot of registries doesn't mean I get paid more than somebody else who has one registry or no registries. What matters in the field of ultrasound is that you are working at a job, whether it be a union job, a contracted job, in a hospital setting, in an outpatient setting, what they require, things like that. That is what's going to matter with your pay and your cost of living. So somebody who lives in Texas that has the same exact registries as me, has been working 6 years, and has the same exact things that I have. So let's say myself, out here in Las Vegas, how much I'm getting paid is going to be completely different if I was to be in Texas. That's kind of just how it goes. So when we are asked all the time as sonographers, you know, how much do you get paid? And it doesn't mean you need to go out there and get all the registries in the world to get paid the most. And it doesn't mean that you have to only do neurosonography to get paid the most. I think it really depends on, if you want to get paid a lot of money in this career field, you do kind of have to hustle and bustle and kind of work your way through where you're getting the best opportunities, where you are given the best offer, because I can take my skills and I can go somewhere else and let them know, like, hey, I have all these registries, I know how to do these kinds of exams, let me show you what I am worth, and do an offer that way. Now that kind of works for contracts, but if you're going to a hospital setting or a clinic setting that just offers you one thing based on years of experience, or just because that's how much they pay at that office setting, that's kind of up to you as a person. So what I want to start with is that ultrasound technologists, they can make money all the way on the lower side, 50,000, and then you can make up to 60,000, 70,000, 80,000, and then even up to the 100,000s. You can make six figures in this career. Now, that's a lot of ultrasound. Well, you can do business, you can do contracting, you can do traveling. There's all different types of places that you can work to make good money. And in different cities, hospitals make more money. In different cities, clinics make more money. Doctor's offices. What if you find a doctor who finds your worth and they just really want you as their sonographer? They can give you an offer that is like beyond this world. You just have to really market yourself and show that you are an asset to these offices, clinics, hospitals, and see that the opportunity to make a lot of money is there. You just have to be able to decide, okay, what do I want to do as a sonographer, and how much work do I want to put out there and put myself out there. So I asked a whole bunch of you guys to send in how much money in your city you can see per hour that people are making, and then the lowest of how much money an offer that people are giving for sonographers. So with that being said, I saw a wide range of offers, very, very low ones and pretty high ones. At the end of the day, it all kind of went back to cost of living and registries and where you worked. So that was kind of interesting to see. And knowing that, I think healthcare workers do deserve more money than what they are being given right now at this given time. But it's just very interesting to see that if I was to work in California or New York, Texas, Nebraska, Chicago, the pay will be extremely different from each other. So before we go into the nitty-gritty of everything, I want you guys, if you are a student or if you are a current sonographer, obviously do your research. I want you to do your research to see, okay, where do you live? How much are they offering? And is this something that I am okay with? Or do I want to move somewhere else and work somewhere else to make the money that I want or deserve? And then just to get experience into your belt of ultrasound, do you want to travel and make a little bit more money doing it that way? Do you want to be a contractor? And eventually, do you one day want to have a business? So everything takes time. It takes a lot of effort. It takes a lot of hard work, but it is possible to do that. So I want you guys to do your research. Follow me on Instagram, follow any other sonographers out there. Also join our Discord family, because if you do that, everyone in there is very transparent and they will share their experiences and you can kind of see. I think it's very important to be transparent about how much you get paid, especially for people that are in the same city, because if you work at one place and it's completely different than the other place that's in your city, you kind of have to see the pros and cons. Are you looking for the money, or are you looking for just something average, something that's not stressful, something that you feel like, I'm not getting as paid as much here, but the pros outweighs that. So is money your number one thing? Now, if you're going into ultrasound or any healthcare field, I want you to know that you shouldn't go into it for the money, because that will only take you so far. This career field is very hard, it's very stressful, and basically can like wear and tear your body, your shoulder, your wrist, your arm, your mental well-being, if I'm being honest. But at the end of the day, when I look at, does this career field suffice and give me enough money to be happy and to, raise a family or take care of my family? Yes, this is a great career field. This is one of the things that everyone looks into when they're going into healthcare. Will I be able to provide for my family? Will I be able to live the kind of life that I want? And I think ultrasound is a very doable job for people in the healthcare field who don't want to become a nurse or a doctor or do other things. It's a great field to be in and even start in and then move into another field afterwards as well. So just do all your research, join our Discord, join our Facebook group, and follow me on Instagram for more information if you have any other questions. Also comment down below if you have any other questions too. So with all of that being said, we are going to go into the responses that you guys had sent me when I had asked you to tell me, okay, how much money are they offering in your city or your state? How much have you seen them offer on the higher end? And how much have you seen them offer on the lower end as well? So we're gonna just kind of read off what they were saying to me and what people have sent in, and we'll go from there. And just, I don't know, if you want to share your information or what you've seen around your city and area, comment down below and let us know. Okay guys, so we're gonna start with some of the California places that I have been given, and actually a majority of you guys live in California, which is pretty crazy because I got a ton of responses from California. So in Orange County, I saw someone say $26. Someone else in Orange County gets paid $62 as an MFM sonographer. So there's a specialty sonographer, right? They're getting paid way more than $26, so $62. Another person in LA said $26 and their location only requires the SPI. Another person said the lowest they've seen in LA was $22 an hour, and then the highest that they saw was $110 an hour, which I'm like, whoa, that's crazy. $110 an hour? Nice. Another person said $21 an hour. Someone in Indio, California said $38.74. which is not bad, but you know, it could go higher depending on where you're at. Weekly travel sonographer in California, $3,000 a week. $32 lowest and $80 highest in Fresno, California. $30 to $32 for new grads. And then experienced, $35 to $42 in an outpatient Central California place. $40 for new grad experienced. $50 to $60 in Central California. So those ranges, okay, 50 to 60 sounds about right in California. $55 in Mission Hills, California, and $30 an hour in an outpatient place in San Jacinto, California. So as you can see here, the lowest was $21 an hour. I do not think you should have a place giving $21 an hour unless, nope, I don't know. For me, $21 is very low. My personal thing for you guys, you should not accept anything lower than $25, just depending on where you're living, obviously, but $21 to do what we do, unless you're not registered, but you know, $21 is very low. And the more that you accept lower pay, that just makes companies be able to offer lower pay because they know somebody out there will accept lower pay, and we don't want to accept lower pay, obviously. What we do as sonographers, we deserve way more than $21 an hour. So let me just share that piece of my mind. Okay, someone did throw in there that x-ray techs in Sacramento make $59. That's pretty good. $59, that's pretty high. All right, now we've got people in Texas, so lower $33. Somebody higher said $50. In Grand Rapids, $28 to start, $23 is lower, and $30 is the median out there in Grand Rapids. So I don't know the cost of living out there, but if that reflects it, okay. $37 in Missouri as a PRN, $50. $50 an hour, that's very good. And then $37 an hour, I mean, you know, depending too on your cost of living. Now, East Coast, I've got Wayne, New Jersey, vascular, $25 on the lower end, $32 on the higher end. Full-time in Northern Virginia, I've got $34 to $38 and $37 to $45. New York City, I got two answers for New York City, $62,000 to $98,000 was what one person said, and another person said $40,000 to $140,000. Now, $98,000 to $140,000, that's a big difference. $36 for new grads in Pennsylvania, $25 to $40 in Florida, and $34 in Melbourne, Florida. Now, those are all the responses that I got on Instagram. And you can see that the range is also very, very far from each other. You've got on the low end $21, on the high end $110 an hour. What does that have to say about the salary and the pay in ultrasound? Just like anything else, just like anywhere else, you have the opportunity to make a lot of money in this field. You also have the opportunity to work in a lot of different places all over the United States. It's a little bit different for those of you who are outside of the country, because I do know that out of the country, a lot of doctors do the ultrasounds and a lot of technologists are actually out there in other countries. So if you want to do like abroad or something like that, I do know you have to do more research on that, and I'm sorry because I don't know a lot about that, but I can do more research. If you're interested in that, just let me know down below and I will get going on those videos for you. So when we do talk about ultrasound, how much we get paid, and people are asking me all the time, how much will you get paid to go into this field? That's like the number one thing that people are asking about. There's this huge range. So you're not going to be making six figures overnight, but you do have the opportunity to do that. Now, where I live in Las Vegas, the average that people are making as a new grad are literally over $25, almost $30 an hour. So that's why I just say $25 is something that you should aim for as a new grad, but obviously we want to keep going up and up and up, and we want that price to keep going up and up and up because we do deserve that as sonographers. It is a very highly skilled professional job that only we as sonographers can truly do well at. With the anatomy that we know, with all the clinical things that we know, it's very important that we have a lot of people backing up this whole, we do deserve to get paid a little bit more. So I'm going to go to ultrasoundschoolsinfo.com, and I think you guys should go there too as well, so we can talk about what this website has for ultrasound and the pay. And I want you guys to use this website to help yourselves kind of see where you're at in the United States and see kind of what the median average is in your area. But also look at the jobs around you. Do your research before you can accept an offer, and see what other people in your area are getting, because like I said, you don't want to get the low end of the stick, and you also want to get what you deserve. So let's go look at ultrasoundschoolsinfo.com. So I have ultrasoundschoolsinfo.com here opened up for you guys, and yes, you can go to this website and look at all different things that they have on here for you to do your research in. But what I wanted to show you guys was that they have this whole ultrasound tech salary to show you how much we will probably make this year in 2023, how much we've made over the years, and it says here that we rank among some of the highest of all medical tech fields. So the mean annual pay for a sonographer is about $80,000, and those at the high end can earn over $100,000, like I said, and those beginning their career about $60,000, which is a very great start if you're coming into a new career, and that's great to have about $60,000. So it says here exactly, salary and employment figures are based on a national average and may vary by location. So that's very important for you guys to understand, is that it does vary where you live. And the average starting salary is about up to $59,000 or $25.86 an hour. And this is exactly why I said you should not accept anything less than $25. Most of the time, these factors are influenced by location. So how many facilities are in the area? Is there access to affordable housing, size and age of the population, and access to health insurance? So these are the highest paying states: California, Washington, D.C., Hawaii, Washington, and Oregon. And then you can click here for their full list of states. Highest paying cities, we've got San Jose, Vallejo, San Francisco, Sacramento, and Santa Rosa, all in California. So obviously that means higher cost of living, higher pay. Look at this. Everyone in those cities should be making over $100,000. Now, do we know if that's real? Do we have sonographers out there who are making six figures? I'm sure we do know some people who are getting paid that much, but then there are also some people who are not getting paid that much. So kind of think about it. when you're doing your research and for the companies that you're working for. If you keep on going down, you can see which facilities have paid their sonographers the most. They say outpatient care centers have, and then management of companies and enterprises, then colleges, universities, offices of healthcare practitioners, and specialty hospitals. So that sounds about right, but like I said, it just depends on where you are and where you plan on working. If you want to be in a hospital setting, a doctor's office, or if you want to be in an outpatient center, that's just kind of what you have to decide for yourself. Other factors that will affect your salary: how much level of education you have. Do you have a bachelor's? Do you have a master's? Do you have an associate's? A certificate? It's not a big deal in how much you get paid, but it does play a field of, you can say, hey, I have my bachelor's, can you pay me more? If they're not a union and you're able to negotiate your salary, that can really help you. Also, specialization of certifications. If you have OBGYN versus somebody else who comes to that office and doesn't have OBGYN, you can really ask for more depending on what they're looking for and what you have to offer. So there are different work shifts as well. If you work night shift or swing shift or weekends or on call, you have the opportunity to make more money as well on that end. So I work on the weekends and I get weekend differentials. When I worked graveyard, I got weekend differentials and graveyard differentials. So it just kind of depends what shift you work as well, and how many years you work for that company as well too, because sometimes they have raises, especially for how long you've been there and how long you've been a sonographer for. And now what I like about this website, they also have how does a sonographer salary compare to similar professions. So if you want to compare ultrasound to rad techs and MRI techs, nuclear medicine techs, x-ray techs, things like that, you can see the difference between how much each modality gets paid. So this is a great website for you to kind of look at. I do like that it's all here, and they have so much more information on this website for you to go look at, for you to have and do your own research and decide where you want to work and how much money you can actually make as a sonographer. So what are the takeaways from this video? One, no matter what, if you become a sonographer, you will get paid well. You will be paid better than a lot of other professions in the healthcare field. Now, nurses and doctors obviously make more, but we do have the possibility to make more if we really wanted to, or if we really tried to make more. I did make 6 figures 1 year in my last 6 years, and that was only because I worked 2 jobs and I worked at multiple places, and you have that possibility to do that. But like I said, you do have to really grind, really work hard to reach that. That's the tea there. That's the tea in sonography. Go listen to Joanna's Sonographer Spill the Tea podcast if you're interested. She spills tea in there. Also, go ahead and listen to our podcast, mine and Lynn, at Sonographers in the Cities. We do invite other sonographers on our podcast to talk about their careers and their jobs and their cities and their stories. And I hope you guys stick around for more videos if you're interested in the world of sonography. My channel is not only about sonography, it's about everything in my life: Vegas, food, Disney, and ultrasound. So if you guys are interested in any of that stuff, please subscribe below. And just know that if you go into the field of sonography, you have the opportunity to make a lot of money, and you also have the opportunity to have a very versatile field, because you don't have to work 7 days a week to make that good money. I worked 3 12s for a very long time, and I am now currently working 4 10s, and I do have time to go on vacation. I get PTO. A lot of these things really do factor in how much you get paid. And so I just say, do your research, find out where you want to work, what kind of sonographer you want to be, and go from there, and the money will come. The sky is the limit. And if you're interested in anything else, please don't hesitate to add me on Instagram and email me at lolgeselle@gmail.com so we can answer any of the questions that you have. All right, you guys, I know this was a long video, but I wanted to go through everything that I could with you when it came to pay and all the things that really affect how much you will get paid as a sonographer. Make sure you accept something $25 or more. I know companies won't like that, but I am saying that for you and for what you deserve as a sonographer, because we work very hard as sonographers. And until the next video, you guys, stay safe out there, stay positive, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye.